The following videotape is one program in a series of limousine driver training tapes produced by the Lancer Insurance Company for the exclusive benefit of our policyholders. Lancer Insurance Company is the largest insurer of passenger transportation vehicles in the nation. We have gathered an enormous database of accident and claims statistics. We know that it is impossible to define every preventive measure or hazardous situation that professional drivers are faced with every day. And the safety suggestions presented in our series of tapes are given as guidelines only to help you recognize hazardous situations that can cause an accident and then know what action to take to avoid the problem. As a professional chauffeur, the possibility of an accident is something you have to be prepared for. When an accident occurs, from a minor sideswipe to a major collision, everyone looks to you and your professional experience for leadership, guidance, and assistance. Here it is, the accident no one wanted or expected. A car has run a red light and was hit broadside by our car, pushing it across the intersection. There are 4 witnesses, a pedestrian on one corner, and 3 others in cars at the intersection. You have 4 duties at an accident scene. First, protect the scene. Second, get help. Third, assist others at the scene. And fourth, gather and exchange information. In any accident situation, you have got to be a calming influence to help keep a bad situation from getting any worse. Step 1, protect the scene. When you're involved in a collision, safety is your primary concern. Begin to protect the scene by activating your 4-way flashers. Protecting the scene includes your top priority of protecting your passengers.
What happened?
Passengers are usually safest when they are in the car, unless conditions demand they exit. For example, for medical attention or for the risk of a fire. Whether you leave your vehicle where it is until police arrive or move it off of the roadway to a point of safety depends upon several factors. State laws can limit what your choices are, but generally, if you are blocking the road following a minor accident and moving would help clear the way, consider moving to the side. If your car is in a hazardous position where it is likely to be hit again, we recommend you move it. But before you do, try to take several photographs of the exact location where the vehicles collided and where they came to rest. You may only have a moment or two to do this, so do it promptly. If you know your vehicle will be stopped in one spot for more than a brief period, protect the situation by setting out warning flares or triangles, so things don't get worse than they are. These warnings are best positioned according to the situation, safety recommendations, and highway regulation. Once you have activated your flashers and positioned your warning flares, you've done what you can do to protect the scene. Now, assess the situation. Check the other vehicle and the condition of the occupants. Use others at the scene who may offer assistance to get help on the way. Step 2, get help. You've got to make sure the help you need is on the way. Try to summon the help yourself. If this is not possible, enlist the aid of someone to get help. Do not leave the scene. Send someone for aid or to make the necessary calls. Our driver was lucky enough to get immediate assistance from a motorist. If you have an in-vehicle telephone or radio, call for police and emergency services. Be prepared to answer questions about where you are, what help you need, and whether or not there are injuries that might be life-threatening. Next, advise your company of the collision. Those in the office can offer guidance, assistance, and replacement equipment. In some cases, they can send a company representative to the scene to help you with some of the many duties that can result from any serious accident. It is to everyone's advantage to call the Lancer Insurance Company 24-hour claims hotline, 800-521-6155. Lancer will dispatch a highly trained field investigator to assist you and your passengers with a variety of problems, from injuries and damaged property to the effects of delays en route. Step 3. Assist others. The care and safety of your passengers is always your primary duty. Keeping them advised of what is occurring goes a long way in helping everyone stay calm. If there is going to be a significant delay, or if you won't be able to continue the trip, you need to provide for the needs of your passengers. Contact your supervisor or a local official present at the scene to help you with a substitute vehicle or other arrangements. If you must evacuate the car, or if your passenger insists on leaving the vehicle, assist them and politely but firmly direct them to a safe area. Control access into and out of your car by keeping the doors closed. This will help protect passengers and property. Your next priority is the care and comfort of the people at the accident scene, especially those most in need. Medical priorities. When it comes to providing aid to injured parties, first send for professional medical help. Then, actively seek out individuals at the scene who may be trained or qualified to offer medical assistance. Finally, in your own actions, for your own protection, be guided by Good Samaritan rules. These rules generally state that you should limit your aid to a distressed person to the extent of your training. If you are not trained or qualified in first aid procedures, you should not do anything of a first aid or medical nature. However, if the injured party is in a life-threatening situation, you can act to assure his or her safety. For example, if an unconscious person is inside a burning vehicle, you could do what you can to move that person out of harm's way. Step 4. Gather and exchange information. Information from passengers. Distribute passenger courtesy cards found in your Lancer Accident Report Kit. Ask your passengers to complete the information requested. Information from others. Besides getting information from your passengers, locate others at the scene who may have seen something of significance. Try to have them complete a courtesy card. As a minimum, get their name and telephone number. It may be possible to get information from those in the adverse vehicle. Such information can help establish exactly what took place. As you collect courtesy cards, read the information provided. Make sure that the name, address, and telephone information sections are complete, so if necessary, those listed can be contacted again at a later date. Police statements. Often, the police will ask for your version of the situation. Say as little as possible. Don't rush into an explanation. Don't guess or make an error about anything. What you have said can and will be used against you. You only need to identify yourself, your vehicle, company, and insurance carrier. Nothing else is required. If pressured, say that your company policy forbids you from making any statements. Take photographs. You should always have a camera in your vehicle. A single-use camera is sufficient. Take photographs of your vehicle, the other involved vehicles, and the scene. Take a minimum of 4 shots of each vehicle, 1 of each side, and 4 shots of the overall scene, 1 from each direction. Take other photos that help tell the observer what happened. Take close-ups, working your way in a series of shots. Take photos of tire marks. debris in the road, the immediate location, and even photos which include bystanders, their vehicles, or other important information. These photos could prove to be priceless. One cautionary note: use some discretion. Do not take photographs of people involved in the accident, particularly those who have been injured. Despite the flurry of activity at the scene, always remember your responsibility to your passengers. If a backup vehicle is dispatched to the scene, escort your passengers to the safety of that car and driver. Make no statements. Maintain control of your emotions and reactions to the circumstances. Despite a natural tendency to want to verbally defend yourself, we urge you to make no statements to anyone. Never assign blame, never apologize, and never promise anything. If the media is present and wants a quote from you, you've got to refuse. The media can be very insistent. Often, making you look bad makes for a better story. Move away to a place where you can be left alone. If others are giving their versions of what took place, don't let their talk concern you. Rather than trying to react to and counter what others are saying, go about gathering your information at the scene, including your photographs, police information, the agency, name and badge number of the officer, the police report number, the names of others involved, their insurance information, hospitals where the injured have been taken. Points to remember. There are 4 major steps for you to follow when you become involved in a collision. Step 1. Protect the scene. Use your emergency flashers, then your reflective warning triangles or flares. Protect your passengers from injury. Keep them in the car unless the situation demands emergency exiting for their own safety. Control access to and from your car at all times. Step 2. Get help. Call for medical assistance as soon as possible and notify the local authorities, your company, and Lancer Insurance Company right away. Step 3. Provide assistance. Take care of your passengers. See to their comfort and communication needs. Step 4. Gather and exchange information. Photograph the involved vehicles and the accident scene. Document all law enforcement, passenger, and witness information, and stay alert. Say as little as possible and never say anything beyond what is required. Remember, what you say can be held against you. Every accident is different, no matter how minor or severe. But knowing the proper action to take and how to conduct yourself can improve the outcome of any situation.